What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. Hope everybody's doing well out there on this Tuesday. I'm doing pretty good myself. Shout out to Annette D for sending me this story right here. Duly appreciated, sister. This is one of these stories right here that really will shock you. You understand? Because just imagine when you were like preteens, for example, and you had a best friend, and y'all hung out, y'all played together, whatever. You understand? Then one day, y'all find out that you're brothers and or sisters. As in this case right here. It's one of them stories that just leave you just saying, wow. I mean, you be shocked. And you'll be at a loss for words for a while. As in this case, it says, best friends of 17 years discover they're actually sisters. I'm like, wow. I mean, when I read the story, I briefly read some of it, and it's one of those things that just make you wonder because, you know, uh, some people, when they make friends, when they're kids and all that, they be like almost like inseparable. You don't see one unless you see the other, and I guess these two sisters right here was the same way. But to get into the story, it says here, well, first of all, there's a video right here, but I'm not going to play it because it's got that music in the background. And sometimes that stuff is copyrighted, you know. But to get into the story, it says right here best friends Ashley Thomas and Latoya Wimberly, yeah, have called themselves sisters ever since meeting in middle school. Last month, after 17 years of friendship, the two Philadelphia area women confirmed through a DNA test that they are in fact biological sisters. See, stuff like that, man. That's a trip, you know. I almost passed out. Wimberly, 29, told Good Morning America about the moment she learned that her biological dad is also her best friend's biological father. Then I immediately called Ashley. Thomas, 31, said she too was happy but shocked that the man she knew for most of her life as her best friend's dad is also her dad. Yeah, that's got to be a trip right here, right there. The first few nights, I couldn't go to sleep, she said. I'm happy that she's my sister, but had some emotions that this guy I've been around this whole time I never knew he was my father. Yeah, I mean, it's enough to leave you speechless. I don't know which one of these ladies is who, but I'm sure this is the father right here, you know. But yeah, they've been together. I mean, actually, hanging out, for 17 years. Then all of a sudden one day do a DNA test for whatever reasons and find out they are actually sisters through this man right here. Okay. But to continue, it says right there, Thomas said she was raised by her mom and a man she learned at around age 15 was not her biological father. She never searched for her biological dad and was left with unanswered questions when her mom passed away nearly 11 years ago. More questions emerged earlier this year when Thomas posted a photo of Wimberly on Facebook. I gave her a shout out on Facebook, and my mom's best friend said I didn't know you were Kenneth's daughter, best friend, said Thomas, referring to Kenneth Wimberly, who is now confirmed as both friends' biological dad. I called Latoya Wimberly a few days later and told her my mom's best friend said she knew your dad and your dad may know my mom. Well, your dad may know my mom. All right. Another thing about this, I want to say this. Okay, it's very important that mothers tell their children who their fathers are. I know some cases. I've seen them myself. I don't know what it is with some women that don't want to tell their children who their fathers are. Okay, I don't know if they beat and conceive these children from married men or what, and they don't tell the child who their father is to save face for themselves. But hey, you are responsible for telling your child who the father are, who their fathers, are. Because I do believe that the mother of this young lady, Thomas here, I believe that her mom knew who the man was in the first place. See, you can't keep these kind of secrets because the Most High, He's going to let the truth be known. The truth will be prevailed, as in this case right here. Okay? I believe the mother knew. And I guess this is them hanging out. They look a lot alike, too, But to continue, Latoya Wimberly said she knew how much she and Thomas looked alike as kids. And she knew that Thomas did not know her biological father. So she pressed her dad for more information. When he remembered Thomas's mom and remember having a very brief fling with her, Latoya Wimberly asked her dad to get a DNA test. She told me she and Ashley would pay some and I would pay $100. Kenneth Wimberly told GMA. That was the best $100 I ever spent. I am very happy she's my daughter, he said of Thomas. And everyone is happy that she's a part of the family. Kenneth Wimberly, 48, said he and Thomas' mom were teenagers when they met and had a short fling. They did not keep in touch, he said. And she never told him she was pregnant. As Thomas grew up, Kimberly Wimberly often played a father-like role. Well, excuse me, people, that's Kenneth Wimberly. Often played a father-like role for her without ever knowing she was anything beyond his daughter's best friend. If she called me with some car stuff, or if she and Toya wanted to come over for dinner, they would come and hang out, he said. I asked her one time, "Where's your dad? He won't help you. Well, he won't help you out with your car, with your car stuff." And she said they didn't have a good relationship, and that was it. Now that the family has a sense of conclusion with the DNA results, they are both celebrating the uniqueness of their story and putting together the pieces of their mixed emotions. I'll be shocked, man. I'm telling you. I will be shocked and at a loss for words and everything else if something like that were to happen to me. You know what I mean? Even near, you know what I mean? Something like that. But this is my point. You gonna tell me that the mother couldn't look at her daughter and know what man, that she's been with, that child look a lot alike. She just didn't want to tell her. She had to know. She had to know. That's crazy. You owe that. You're supposed to tell your children who the fathers are, okay? But to continue, it says, as a father, I've always been there and I've always raised my children, and this deprived Ashley of having me in her life to raise her, Kenneth Wimberly said of Thomas. How now Otis, well, his now oldest child. I just feel so bad for her, but we can't undo what happened. That's true. But see, now you got to do is just make the best of everything. Now that's what matters. Practically you've been in her life for quite some time as it is without even knowing that you was the father. This is wild. She always called me Big Kenny, and now is moving from Big Kenny to Dad. And it takes a little while to get used to, he said. But she just looks at me when she does it and smiles. Thomas had to tell the man who helped raise her that she now knows the identity of her biological father and said he took it hard. She also wants to be able to talk to her late mom, saying, I have so many questions for her. Now, but of course, can't get the answers. Yeah, that's wild. Like I said, speechless. Latoya Wimberly said through, well, Latoya Wimberly said though she and Thomas missed out on nearly 2 decades of knowing they were related, she is in some ways happy that they developed their incredibly strong friendship first. Yeah, y'all stay friends. Don't go getting change it up though. You know what I mean? Now that y'all know y'all sisters. But in conclusion it says I wouldn't change it because I don't know if we had known we were sisters that we would have this bond and be as close as we are. She said, I have questions but no regrets. The two sisters have 5 kids between them who are all close friends as well. Thomas's 2 sons will now be able to know their biological grandfather. I'll definitely be in their lives as a grandfather, said Kenneth Wimberly. We just try to move forward. That's all you can do at this point. And the thing about it is this. See, what a lot of people may forget, us being, divided and split up, through forced servitude on our people. We don't know who we really related to. That's one of those things. We don't really know. We can be, meet people. These folks might be some distant cousin or relative or once removed. I mean, it can be anything. Just like some people you might meet, that might bear resemblance to somebody that's in your, relativity. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, wow, you look a lot like my uncle or my this or that. Could be related. Could be related. Who knows? But a lot of people just don't go as far as to take DNA tests. That's the thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think about this story right here. I'm interested in hearing y'all thoughts and opinions on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And this is James. And please remember, people, to live your life as though we are being watched. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.